Here we see Pete Castle trying his luck with just a couple of rods, using the roving approach. Pete feels that sometimes marking and spotting can cause too much disturbance, when a simple rig cast to showing fish can yield instant and very productive results.
And I was really struggling up at the other end of the lake. It seems like the wind pushing down here and the warm conditions. You know, it was obvious that they were going to be down here, but you can't night fish here, and we're here for the best part of 5 days, so I've decided to bivvy up there in a little quiet bay to see what I could catch. But so as you can fish days down here, just put a couple of rods in the multi-pouch, landing net, a couple of buzzers, and you know, just a few bits just to see me through. It's not really stalking, I suppose it's to some extent, but with the buzzers, and so I could sit back and relax a little bit and enjoy the sunshine. But also, if I needed to get to the far bank, which I can't get round there to fish, I could just cast over there. And that's proved right, because I put the rods in down the margins, and although the fish were there to start with, a couple of them spooked off the lines, and my foot was a bit heavy at one point as well, and they sort of bolted out. They come back for a little while, but then it sort of quietened off. I'd missed my chance. And then I started to see them like move on the far bank, so that was when the throwing stick come in handy as well, just to flick a few baits over there. And then on the setup itself, I've just used a 3-bait stringer just to give them a little taste around the hook bait, but also to help the rig rotate in the air. It's a good tactic, roving. It really can catch you a lot of fish. Oh, right now. A lot of carp anglers, they'll come to a lake and they'll set up their camp and just sit there and fish and bait up and wait for the fish to come to them. And that I haven't got a problem with at all, you know. If people want to do that and they're getting away from work and enjoying a social time with their friends, then that's fantastic. There ain't a problem with that. But where it does become a problem for me, when the same people moan at the end of the weekend that they haven't caught anything. And as far as I can see, a lot of the time they haven't put the effort in to really deserve it. Roving approach, you know, you're taking the bait to the fish. You're turning up, looking in an area that you think that the fish are, trying a rod in there, trying a couple of rods in there. If you don't get anything, then you either up sticks and move, or like this bay, there's no one else fishing in here. I can hit most of the areas up and down the bay from this swim. So wherever they show in here, and there is groups of fish in this bay definitely, and they're moving along. So, you know, I'll give it 20 minutes if I haven't had anything, and then I'll have another little look, see if I can see a fish showing somewhere else, and then just put a bait on it and see how that goes, you know. With a cracking mid-20 common. I'm well pleased with that. It's a fantastic approach, roving rods. Summer or winter, if you can put a bait close to the fish, there's a good chance of you catching them. Just using the throwing stick just to sprinkle the baits out there. I like to use the throwing stick in this sort of situation because you can skim them in a lot easier, you know. With a catapult, they tend to go a little bit higher and sort of drop in on them and make quite a lot of noise. This way you can I'm just spraying the bait. I know the fish are in that area. I've seen a couple roll now, so stick another bag on and chuck it over there, you know. I love it any time of the year. Even in the winter, it's a great thing to do, just rove the rods about, especially if you've got a 3-rod setup. You know, what's the point of sitting there with nothing happening? You might as well at least take one of them rods and just give them a little flick about and see if you can pick a fish up. It's caught me so many in the past. You know, just flicked it down the margin where I didn't think there would be anything, and off it's roared, you know, the least expected area. Yes, we're in. We're always kiting up the lake.